Hi, I'm Mushfiqur Rahman Mahee, and welcome to my documentary of intoxication histories. Today, I'll take you through two of the world's oldest civilization, India and Egypt, to explore how alcohol was used, perceived, and woven into the fabrics of ancient life. We'll look at sacred texts, archaeological findings, and modern research to see how alcohol was much more than just a drink. Let's begin our journey in ancient India. Alcohol in ancient India was not merely a means of escape, it was sacred, medicinal, and deeply embedded in cultural rituals. The earliest reference appeared in Rig Veda, dating back to 1500 BCE. In ancient Sanskrit text, a drink called sura, a fermented beverage, is celebrated in hymns and consumed by both gods and mortals. Another drink soma was revered as divine with mind-altering and spiritual properties. Later, epics like Mahabharata depicts kings and warriors drinking sura in both sorrow and celebration. However, these texts also express moral concerns, showing a cultural tension between indulgence and discipline as religious traditions like Buddhism and Jainism gain ground. Alcohol began to be seen as increasing caution. A striking example is the silver reliquary of Indravarman, a 1st century BCE vessel found in Gandhara. Once a luxurious drinking goblet, it was later repurposed as a Buddhist reliquary. The transformation reflects shifting societal attitudes from celebration to renunciation. Meanwhile, among the common people, vessels like lota, a clay or bronze pot, were used to serve both water and alcohol, found in homes and temples. The lota highlights how alcohol crossed classes boundaries and played a role in daily life. Here we can see an image of a man selling alcohol to a couple. In the colonial era, Gauche, a painting from the Welcome collection, through much later, shows how the commerce of alcohol persisted in Indian society. It hints at a legacy of normalization, one rooted in antiquity. Now we move on to ancient Egypt. Across the deserts of Egypt, alcohol was just as vital, especially beer and wine. In the tomb of Nakht, a Theban scribe from the 18th dynasty, we see scenes of beer brewing, grapes pressing, and wine storage. This painting, dating to around 1400 BCE, reveals that alcohol wasn't just for personal use, it was part of ritual offering to gods and essential for the afterlife. But not all ancient Egyptians viewed alcohol favorably. The instruction of Ani, a New Kingdom wisdom text, warns, "Do not indulge in drinking beer, lest you utter evil speech and do not know what you're saying." This moral teaching suggests that while alcohol was part of religious and festival life, moderation was idealized. At first, wine was often associated with celebration, divinity, and even social status. Yet, medical texts like Eber Papyrus also prescribed beer and wine in treatments, reflecting in belief in alcohol's healing potential. Archaeologists have discovered labeled wine jars in tombs, identifying vintage, origin, and even the winemaker. These jars confirm how developed the Egyptian alcohol industry was, especially among the elite. It was more than consumption, it was craftsmanship. With fertile soil and Nile-based agriculture, Egypt became a hub for wine and beer production. Alcohol was simultaneously economic, religious, and medicinal, an essential part of Egyptian identity. From India's sacred ritual to Egypt's temple of offering, alcohol in ancient world was both practical and powerful. It connected people to the divine, to healing, and to each other. By studying these intoxication histories, we see how a simple substance shaped belief, behavior, and identity. And thank you for watching. This was my signature assignment.